The Fifine K669B USB condenser microphone. Is this the best bang for buck desktop microphone that you can get on the market today? Coming in at around £35, the Fifine USB condenser microphone is a cardioid condenser microphone. Now all that means is that it is designed to pick up sounds that are very directional, sounds that are directly in front of the microphone, and reject any sounds from the sides and the rear. It's designed squarely and solely for people that want to record their voice in front of a computer screen, hence it being a USB microphone. So that's going to be people that are doing screen captures for YouTube tutorials, it's going to be podcasters, there's also going to be anyone that wants to stream any gaming, so we're looking at people that use Twitch or bits of software like OBS. This is aimed just for you. It comes shipped with a pivoting tripod stand for your desktop. It stands at around 5 inches tall when it's on that stand, and it also has an articulating ball head. This allows the microphone a single axis of movement through around 90 degrees to allow you to angle the microphone perfectly at your mouth. The microphone also has an integrated output gain dial or volume gain. This allows you to adjust the output volume of the microphone on the microphone itself, so you can set the desired record volume without having to adjust anything within the computer. So with all that, let's look at the good bits of the Fifine USB condenser microphone. First up is the build quality, and it's always the first thing you notice when you take anything out of its packaging. And the build quality of this microphone has really surprised me. Considering it's £35, it is incredibly sturdy. It feels quite premium. It's an all metal construction. The body of the microphone itself is an aluminium chassis, and it's got a metal grille in front of the microphone capsule. And even down to the machining of the volume dial on the microphone itself, it feels well made. It feels well beyond the £35 price point, and it feels like it would stand the test of time. That brings me on to the second point, which is its pricing. Now there's not much gear that you can buy for £35. There's even less that I would recommend to own, but the Fifine USB condenser microphone actually bucks that trend. For its build quality, its ease of use, its accessibility, and most importantly, its audio quality, this microphone represents incredible value and quality at an entry-level price point. And with audio quality in mind, that brings us to the most important part of this video, which is actually testing and showing you the audio quality of this microphone. Let's switch now. So now you're listening to the audio from the Fifine USB condenser microphone. This is an uncompressed raw format. It's just a WAV file recorded straight into our Mac in Logic Pro. There's no filtering, there's no compression, there's no EQ. This is just the straight up sound from this microphone. It's the part of this microphone that surprised me the most is just how good the audio quality is. In fact, the first time that we unboxed it and listened to it, I was genuinely blown away, to the point where I'm actually going to keep this on my desk and use it for any quick and dirty voiceovers that I need to do. So when I need to work quickly, this is definitely the microphone I'm actually going to use from now on. And hopefully you guys will agree that it is a really great sounding microphone, especially when you consider that price point. What I think Fifine have made here is a microphone that's incredibly accessible, allowing higher quality audio at an entry level price point. So with that, let's switch back to the studio microphones and look at the bad points of the Fifine USB condenser microphone. Now first of all, I'll be honest with you, I had to be quite picky and quite finicky to find some really bad points about this. I am considering the price point in mind and really who the microphone is aimed at when I'm looking at those bad bits, but I did have to find some. The first up is the fact that it doesn't come with any kind of suspension mounting on the stand itself or inside the microphone. Now all that means is that it's going to be a little bit more susceptible to any kind of desk noise if you're typing or using a mouse, or any kind of shocks through the floor itself. So it's going to be a little bit more susceptible to background noise. So it's worth bearing that in mind if you're looking at using this microphone. Now the EQ of the microphone itself could be a little bit flatter. Again, I'm being incredibly picky. It does lack a little bit of the top end, a little bit of the brightness that you get with a condenser microphone. Now that's something that's really easy to fix in post-production. It's just a little bit of EQ to add in. But again, it's something worth bearing in mind if you're using this microphone. It does sound a little bit dull at the top, and it's maybe something they could address with future models. And finally, and this is being really picky, it's the build quality of the stand and the pivot head itself. It is a metal and plastic construction and it feels a little bit flimsy. It is in fact the part of the whole kit that lets it down. When you've got the stand in your hand, you're aware of how cheap it is. The pivot head itself is plastic, and I think that's the point in which this is going to fail over time. So it's worth bearing that in mind as well. Perhaps to be a little bit more careful, a little bit light-handed when using this in order to get the life out of it. But they did have to save money somewhere when making something at a £35 price point, and I believe you'll see that in the stand and the pivot head. All in all, what Fifine have put together here at an entry-level price point is pretty incredible. They've made the world of higher-end audio available at an entry-level price point for any new filmmakers, anyone who's making tutorials or voiceovers for YouTube, podcasters or even streamers. The world of higher quality audio is now available to you. So if you're in the market for a USB desktop microphone and you're on a low budget, I would definitely recommend the Fifine K669B USB condenser microphone. That's been my grab and go review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.